Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of The Duct Tape. My name is Chris and I'm joined here with Adam.
Hello.
And Stephen.
Hello.
Right, so how are you all doing?
Mighty.
So are you looking forward to the first episode?
Yeah. I'm excited because we're talking about doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Can't believe
yeah,
it's actually happened. It's mad.
yeah, it's here.
Here.
We're in the moment.
It's all thanks to me, really. To be honest.
Not really. Like, okay, right. It was Christopher's idea in the first place, way back. No,
Way
like
back,
what?
yeah.
Was it 2
To the
years ago?
Chriscast.
Yeah, the Chris cast.
Oh, God,
2
long
years
time.
ago.
Adam, you actually
But-
featured.
Yeah, and had I not been there, he would have never made it. He would have never made that. I'm pretty sure I'm actually the one who came up with the idea in Super Value. I said we should go live and react to some Marathon Variety videos, and then we just did the Chris cast instead. So technically,
Yeah, that's true.
technically, I did actually come up with the idea. So you're welcome.
Okay, well, it was on my channel, but besides the point,
Yeah, we're
Uh,
together as a team now. So
we are.
so our plan is what are we're saying, lads, every Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
amongst
every
things, hopefully.
Friday,
We'll have
yeah.
an episode out for you.
yeah, I
Have
suppose
juice
6
in it.
o'clock every Friday. Does that sound G, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were kind of talking
Well,
last night. We'll
yeah.
come up with a schedule, I guess. What are you
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
Adam?
I was gonna say because if it's 6 o'clock Friday, we'll miss the 6:01 news. You know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
can't be missing
yeah,
that
yeah.
now. That'd be
Well, it's
shocking.
all up to publishing times. You know, we can do whenever.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So does anyone have anything they need to talk about, or
Well,
you know?
Okay, look, this
it
isn't
away, Adam.
like anything I've said that I'm gonna say, but I was gonna, because we were originally gonna do it last night,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then when we were setting it up, I went to the toilet there at one point. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, so I hadn't eaten. I'd only eaten one thing that entire day, so I said, okay, I'll go down to the kitchen, and I'll get something to eat. And there
Yeah.
was nothing in the kitchen, so I just got a slice of bread and I buttered it and I just ate it, and then had a bit of milk,
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when I was going to get the milk out of the fridge, right, I noticed like cheese. You know that kind of cheese you see on like a cheese board, that kind of cheese.
Like blue cheese.
yeah,
Like fancy cheese has the skin on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I said to myself. I'm like, because remember like when you see like people putting on their Snapchat stories or whatever, like a few like faces with love hearts and like a cheese board. So I don't like, what's the big fuss about cheese boards? Like
I don't know.
I don't even like, I don't like cheese. Full stop. Like
Cheese-
I'll have
Some shit,
if-
like if
if-
you get like nice cheese, like I remember we were at something in the RDS, and it was like a fair or something, and there's this lad making cheese. My granny loves cheese, and she just bought little blocks of cheese. Like,
You know who
flavored,
likes cheese?
and it was lovely. It was like I don't know, some weird flavored cheddar. It was like vinegar cheddar, and it was so nice.
You know who
Oh,
likes
no.
cheese?
who?
Chris Hansen.
That's You've been caught, mate. You've been caught.
Oh,
goal.
stop.
But
Even though he's
No,
American,
it's
but
just-
sure, look.
Yeah.
We're
No,
I
we're not
just-
here
I
for the
just-
accents.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see the big ordeal. Like I would never say to myself when I see a cheese board coming my way, I would never say to myself, "Oh yes, here we go, boys. We're gonna get some cheese." You know what I mean? Like
I would.
That's
I'd be
just-
like, if I saw like if say if like imagine you're in a wedding and there was like a table, and there was just
Yeah.
a lot of bits of cheese with toothpicks in
Yeah.
them. I'd be like, oh,
God,
I'm gonna have a bit of
No,
that.
no. I would say get that out of my face. Like seriously, I don't want to deal with it. Right? I don't want to come Christmas Day. Like there's people who on Christmas Day on the table where you're having your dinner, there's gonna be a board there with a bunch of cheese on it, and a few crackers beside it. And, like, they put the cheese in the cracker and have it, and then have a bit of wine with their chease. Like are they
Alright,
okay in
Adam-
the head? You know what I mean?
Adam,
Just
I'd know what Christmas table you've been sitting at. I've never, ever seen that happen in my
Okay.
entire life.
it happens. It happens, all right, and I know that for a fact. And it's just, it's science that happens at Christmas.
That's-
It's science.
I would I would tell you to go and check your facts, mate. But I mean,
It
I
is the
don't
first one.
I don't live in your house, all right?
Okay,
I
it
don't
doesn't happen
know.
in my house though. It's not my house. It's my neighbor's house.
Oh, so you're
They're
telling
the
me
ones
the
with the cheese.
Shines eat cheese at the Christmas table?
Yeah.
Lads,
Whatever.
since we're talking about Christmas, I have a fun fact.
All right, what is it?
Oh yeah.
More than
Oh yeah.
more than 400 people filed a divorce in England and Wales over the festive period, including 13 on Christmas Day. Now,
That's it. That's the turkey then. That's
That is-
probably what did it, was cooking the turkey.
probably I'd say
I
so.
told you not
Probably
to put the
not.
fucking air and that on the turkey.
HM Courts and Tribunal Service received 455 online divorce applications from Christmas Eve to New Year's Day, with
You know
13
what's-
submitted on the 25th of December. Imagine.
Apparently you can get a divorce in like 5 minutes online, you know? Like it's really
Yeah, but it
easy
takes a
online.
long time to like go through it though. You can file for it like in a second, but like it takes a long time to
Yeah,
go
but
through.
at least like once you have a file for it, it's like okay, we're divorced, you know? That's just how it is.
It's like you always hear like in movies, oh, hey, I finally got those divorce papers. Good for you.
Yeah, it's true.
So what do you have to do with them? Is that not really
I
like
don't know. I think you'll go to like
I
the
feel-
marital office or whatever you call it.
seems like a pain in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but then you can get like a an annulment or whatever.
Reverse marriage.
Yeah,
Reverse
exactly.
birth.
We were talking about it in school. Our Irish teacher brought it up as a debate about
Should you allow to be divorced?
not even just like she just put on the whiteboard divorce and a stock picture of like a man, a woman, and a child. And she's like, okay, let's talk about divorce. Who thinks you should be allowed to get divorced? Who here's parents have gotten divorced?
Who here has
Everyone.
gotten divorced and everyone's like fucking 15 and 16?
Which no, she was like, you know, whose parents here have gotten divorced and all this, and it was just kind of awkward. And then we kind of got into the flow of things, and then that's when I said that I didn't like children, and everyone just
Didn't like children. I don't like babies. Babies are awful looking.
oh, babies are just they all look the same.
Yeah,
okay? That's
and
one
you always
thing.
hear like old ones. Oh, isn't he gorgeous? And they like it's literally just a ball of skin. Like it didn't. It's just a fat little fucking roll. It's
It-
like
his-
and it-
He's got his father's gums.
I would be I'd be scared to go near a baby as well, or like to touch them because like they're so delicate. Like if you break that baby, like there's no repair in it. You know what I mean?
Snaps in
Like,
half.
it's- yeah, like if you like
Bit of
broke an
super
arm with
glue.
that thing, that could yeah. I mean you can't though. That's the thing. It's like you know it can die. You know, it's just that's the real like. Imagine you're holding the baby, right? They give you the baby to hold, and you drop the baby. It's not your baby, and you've dropped it. You know, like that's a pretty big
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah,
That's why I'd stay away from it.
could end
stay away.
end out like the guy from the Goonies.
Yeah,
Oh.
God, I don't really like the Goonies now, to be honest.
I don't
The
really.
Goonies, I
I'm not
watched
in
the
love with
Goonies and I kind of just died.
I don't like.
Yeah.
See, I don't like ET or any of them. I don't like those old.
I haven't seen ET.
What do you mean you've never
Uh,
seen ET?
No, I keep
What?
on it's on Orgy every year at Christmas, and I see it. and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna watch that
Yeah,
because it's
not
on
good.
DVD. It's
not-
upstairs. It's on Netflix. It's everywhere. So I'm just gonna watch it one day from start to finish.
The only reason
but I
people
never
say it's
have.
good is nostalgia factor. It's like
Yeah.
Honey,
Yeah,
I
but it
Shrunk
has,
the
like-
Kids. It's like it's the same idea.
I
Nostalgia
Hey,
factor.
where is my super suit?
Super Sue.
You know what's you know what's good though?
Oh, it's good.
Austin Powers.
Austin, I've never seen
you ever
Austin
s-
Powers.
Never
Have
seen
you
it.
never seen Austin Powers? It's on Comedy
Never.
Central all the time.
Never
So
seen Austin
funny.
Powers.
I'm pretty sure it's the same guy from Honey I Shrunk the Kids who's in Austin Powers, and because I can't really remember Honey I Shrunk the Kids, but yeah, no, that's
And then there's like
that's
another
a
one.
good
It's like
nostalgia movie.
Honey, I like made the baby huge or something like that.
Yeah, it's like yeah, Honey I Shrunk myself.
Honey, I Shrunk everyone else but the kid.
Yeah, Kids I Shrunk the Honey. Oh, there's one.
Oh, God.
The prequel.
prequel.
Okay, so literally, this is just after happening to me.
Like you're watching it, and you just see something, and you're just like, oh, this explains everything.
I'm just after getting a WhatsApp from my auntie, and by look thing, it's going to be a picture. I'm going to click into it now to see what it is. Oh my god.
What are you doing on your phone during the
Oh
podcast,
my
Christopher?
god. What?
What are you doing on the podcast
It's
or what are you doing
it,
on the podcast? What are you doing on the phone during the podcast?
I wasn't. I just looked at it and I had a message and it's a picture of me. Oh my god.
That's one for
Oh,
you.
that
Oh,
is
Oh.
like,
dirty. That is dirty.
it's like an old picture.
Yeah, like when I was like, looks like I was like 3.
Oh no.
I don't like when
you're not
people
gonna
showing
see
them
that.
ones.
So lads,
Especially because
Oh.
like,
I have a story for you.
Alright, go on.
okay.
Right. So
Oh, I got another
as
one.
you know, I'm getting the Switch before
yeah.
I go away in February to America.
Yeah.
My uncle said to me today, he was like, "So you're getting a Switch, are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "So there's a lad in work and he's selling one." I was like, "How much?" He said, €240. Yeah, that's
Oh.
grand. I'll get it off him. Tell him I'll take it off him. And he went on and he messaged him. He was like, "So my nephew's going to take it off you and whatever." And then he went back and he saw it was €280. Came to me, he was like, "Yeah, so I read it wrong. It's actually 280." I was like, that's still all right though. That's €280.
Yeah,
And then he
it's
was like,
still-
"Do you have a picture of it?" He's like, "Yeah, I do." And he showed me the picture and it's like perfect condition.
Yeah.
It might as well have been new, and it comes with like a case and like screen protectors and stuff that he obviously
Ooh.
bought for it. And so then anyway, I was like thinking about it for a while, and there was no games or anything with it. I was like, this isn't good because I want Smash. So I went online and Smash is €60.
Yeah.
Like for the regular version, it's €60. And I was like, well, if 280 plus 70, that's 340. And I can get a brand new Nintendo Switch in Smith's for 350, and it comes with Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just kind of said to him, look, it's a no deal. I don't think I'm going to do it. And he said, well, I'll chat to him on Monday and see if he has Smash, and he might give it to you for a lower price. So look, we'll see. We'll figure this out on
surely
Monday.
if he got the Switch and if he got like a cover and everything for it, he must have gotten a game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but he said there was games on it, but it was downloaded. So like, I'd have to have his account, and I don't want to be signed to
yeah.
someone else's account just so I can play a game.
Yeah. Well, what games do you know if he has on it?
I have
very
no
much
idea. He
before
just
that.
said that there was games on his account.
Well, there
Probably
it might
like
be 'cause Smash.
it was probably Zelda, to be honest, because Zelda was like, you know, one of the
Yeah.
first games on the Switch, and he must have had the Switch a long time if he's selling it now.
I suppose, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, like Smash, like mostly when you get a game in a bundle with the Switch, it always comes like as
Preload.
as like a disc or whatever it's called, a card. And
Yeah,
you don't have to install the cards to the Switch. Like you can just put them in.
yeah, that's.
Right?
But I kind of prefer that in like a Switch.
Yeah, but I had to install Smash Bros. And the Switch has like no space. So
Yeah, it has like 20 gig.
yeah, it's
Do
a
you
bit
not get
more,
memory
but
cards for it?
You can get
You
memory
can,
cards.
but like after that.
And just you'd want to get one if you have games downloaded because you have like
Yeah.
barely any space left.
God,
you know?
that sounds no bueno.
It does sound like an open.
But did you not get Smash with your Switch?
I got a download code. It was the only one there that had a
Aw.
download code rather than a disc or a card.
It's
It was
not
kind of just,
not fun.
but it was the only one left in stock. He was like, because I went on the website before I went in and they said they're out of stock, but the display one was still in stock.
Oh,
your man who,
handy.
yeah, but your man who sold me the Switch was like the most uncharismatic person I've ever met. Like
yeah,
I just went to-
usually get your man with the long hair, and he's a legend.
But this lad was just like, I just go up. So do you sell Nintendo Switches? Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So do you sell them in bundles? Yeah, we do. And then he just read it to everyone. He's like, this is the Super Smash Bros. One. Comes with a download. This is the Mario Odyssey one. Comes in card. This is the Just Dance one. Comes in a card.
Oh,
God. Sounds fun.
I
So
mean,
go with the
you
Smash
would
Bros. One, so
you would hate your life like if you're
yeah. And no, but then this
stuck in
girl comes up
Smiths.
who's stocking shelves. She comes up, she goes, she's like, really happy. She goes, Happy New Year! And then he goes, You're very charismatic.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus. They have like a
I was
posh
like-
voice on him, or was he just like Athlone lad?
No, it was, I suppose you could call it a posh voice, yeah. It was like monotone. It was like there was no accent to it, I suppose. That's
Yeah.
basically what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle has Smash on his Switch. He said he got a Switch like a few weeks ago.
All right.
And he said, yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. So it was.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he
I've
got it for
unlocked.
Christmas, to be honest.
I'm unlocking characters. I'm unlocking a lot, but there's a lot I keep on because you have to fight the character to unlock them, and there's a lot of fights I keep losing because I keep on. What's the word?
Dying.
What's no, but what's the word when like you choke? I suppose. Yeah, I keep on choking. Yeah, is that it? Choke? Is that what you say? Like when you lose a Fortnite game, is that what you say? You choke the? Is that or am I getting that wrong?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You
Like
yeah, I think so. I can't even
yeah.
remember now.
I just okay. Look, I keep on. I'm under the pressure, and I'm like and then I keep on losing to them. I lose to all the good ones. I get all the ones I don't want. It's really annoying. I
Yeah.
didn't even get. I lost to Zelda, and she's like 2 hits and she's gone. But I was just under the pressure, And I lost to Peach, lost to the Pokemon trainer. But yeah, I've got like Ryu, and I've got Little Mac, and I've got like Simon. Like, who wants Simon? Do you know who Simon is?
I do not know who Simon is.
That's the thing. Nobody knows who Simon is, because he's so unimportant. But he's hard to fight because he has a sword, and like once they have that reach, it's hard to kind of get advantage of it. But yeah, that's my struggle with Nintendo Switch, Super Smash Bros. But still, it's fun and it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I want to get it, but like, is it like how is it set up? Because I haven't really watched anything to do with it. Like, is it set up like a level by level thing, or what is it?
It's basically there's different ways to unlock characters. So one way is to just fight like fights, and then eventually it's like it depends on how much distance you cover by running in a fight will determine when you get a character. So say you need to cover 100 meters to unlock the next character, like hypothetically. I'm not saying that's what it is. And you cover that 100 meters, then you've got that next you're going to see after a fight, it's going to say a new challenger approaches, and then you're going to get to fight to unlock that character. Or if you like covered 300 meters,
so it's just like different objectives, like just different challenges you have to meet.
Yeah, but like if you cover 300 meters, it doesn't mean that in your next 3 fights you're going to get to fight 3 different new characters. It means there's a 10-minute grace period between each. But you can spoof that by just going out of the game, reloading the game, going back in. Like, that's why I'm getting so many characters to unlock, even though I've only just started playing it, because Ella's always hogging it. So like I don't get really to play it that often. Or I don't get to play Smash Bros anyway, because I when I go on it, then I'm just like, she always like, let's fight each other in Super Smash Bros on my account. I'm like, but so she or when I'm playing, what I did is I basically just set up a 20-minute match, and I just ran from end to end of the map for 20 minutes. And now I've reached that limit. So every time I go into a fight, I have the fight, and then I fight the new fighter afterwards. Then I go out of the game, reload it, and do it again. So that's how I'm unlocking fighters so quickly.
Oh, so you're basically just breaking the game.
Yeah, just so I can get all the characters. That's like the cheating way of doing it. The other way is to do like the challenge mode, which is where you fight a bunch of people, and at the end you can get to fight a character if that's really long. And then you could also do the story mode, and like that that story mode takes like like I don't know if it's like
Long
20
time.
hours or so.
Yeah.
Like,
aren't you just a cheating little fucker?
That's just one way of doing it. If you want it, you don't have to do it that way. I'm just saying that's the fastest way to do it. Well,
look,
yeah.
Adam, I'm after getting some breaking news.
Oh yeah.
Simon Mignolet is going to start the FA Cup game.
He's starting the FA Cup game.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just have seen it there. Not looking.
How do you? No, that's
James Pierce tweeted it.
Oh, all right, yeah, reliable source.
Yeah.
So I was talking last night, and I had the idea of like it's an idea just kind of hanging in the balance. It could go either way. So it's about selling my Xbox for money for the Switch, potentially. But what I'm gonna say is the only reason I have my Xbox right now is because of Red Dead Redemption, pretty much.
Yeah.
and I kind of, there's no one online. Like you don't have it, so you're not playing
You were
online or
all
anything.
I'm
I
getting
mean,
it
like
though.
the only reason I have it is for that. So I'm just thinking.
well. I'm gonna get it, but it's just a matter of time, and a matter of money, like where I want to spend my money. If hopefully, because I want to get the new phone, and it depends on whether or not I get it. For like the 200, it's like €50 extra to get it in blue, but I want it in black. So then
What
I
phone
can
are you
use
getting?
that leftover.
Like a Huawei,
The
isn't it?
Huawei Honor 8X,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's on Amazon anyway for 200. And yeah, it just has to wait and see how that plays out first before
Yeah,
I can buy it. Or I might even just buy it to have it, and then just use the rest of the money on the phone and just see if I don't have enough. But then I can just look for deals somewhere else, or I can get a little loan from from the parents, to be like,
Bank of
Mm-hmm.
hey,
England.
I need €20 or so to pay for this phone.
Yeah, them parents
Yeah.
they're great altogether. They never charge interest.
No, they don't. And you can withdraw money that you've never actually put in the first place, which is always
Exactly.
handy. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so I don't think you should sell your X. I don't think you should. I don't think you should sell your Xbox.
Well, look, it just crossed my mind, and I just thought, like, look, I'll discuss it with lads, and we'll see.
Well, I'm gonna get Red Dead at some point. So
Yeah, and I'll have
you
to
won't
get Red Dead 1 off you at some point as well.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Because
another problem.
I'm
My
at
Red Dead,
a 100% story completion, so I'm ready to go.
I need to I may need to buy another Red Dead one since mine is like not working that well. But I want to finish it before I play Red Dead 2.
Why is it all scratched?
Yeah, what happened was, as far as I'm concerned, I honestly somebody took the HDMI from the back of the television when I was playing Red Dead, and they moved the Xbox, and you can't move the Xbox
Oh,
when there's a disc in it.
yeah, because it
Like
like
that,
draws a
yeah,
line around it with the laser.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that happened before with GTA. That happened before with Minecraft.
Yeah,
and it's
the
happened
mine,
with Red Dead.
my Xbox was standing on its side, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put this down flat in case I knock it over with my foot." And I put it down, and it just fucking burnt a hole clean through the disc. I was like,
Oh
"Oh,
god.
fuck." Well, I didn't say fuck because I was 7. I just kind of panicked.
You're like, oh,
Gosh darn!
my ender pearls.
And I remember I brought it in to get the disc cleaned in fucking
Oh
Smiths.
wow.
And they were like, "Yeah, it's not gonna work, man." I'm like, "Can you just try, please?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'll give it a go, but I'm not gonna promise anything." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Did they still did they still charge it?
Yeah, but it's only like €2, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it didn't work. It didn't work.
I don't
It
even
never
remember.
works though.
I don't think I remember. I don't even think I even remember whether it worked or not. I mean, no, whether he charged me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not. But
Depends who you got, Rim.
Chris, I would have to disagree with you because I got my Simpsons game. I got that watched about 4 million times, and every single time he did it, it worked again afterward. For a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find
Maybe-
it never works.
Yeah. But sure, if it depends how bad it is, how bad off it is.
True.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I never really did. I only ever did it a few times. Only when I was really badly out. If I got a game that was working, like maybe sometimes it didn't work, but sometimes it did work, I just leave
Yeah.
it. I wouldn't say, "Oh, I need this cleaned."
Sure,
Unless it
I
was like,
remember for my birthday, I got 2 games. I think you were there. I got GTA and I got Call of Duty Ghosts.
"Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah."
god.
But
What a
he got.
failure of a
I,
game as
I was
well.
like, I said to my dad, I was just like, you don't need to bother go buy a new one. Just get like a second one.
Yeah,
it's fine.
you got them in Kex had just opened up and you got them. I can remember.
I thought it was Smiths. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway,
No, I
went
can
in
remember.
anyway, and it
No,
didn't
Smiths
work.
don't do secondhand.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, and he went in and got them anyway, and
The,
it wouldn't go past the loading screen, so like the game was scratched. Or
I got a
whatever.
secondhand GTA 4 in GameStop and it didn't work. And then my mom heard like things about the game from her friends, and then she wouldn't let me get another one.
Oh, did you never play GTA 4?
No, she just took it off me. I thought I told you this story
Oh.
before. I remember the loading screen would just never go past it. It would just go on
Yeah, that's what
forever
happened
and
to
ever
mine.
and ever.
No, I played GTA 4. I got it brand new in Argos back when I was like a little kid. I was like, oh my god, they have another GTA. So I just got, because I played San Andreas and I played Vice City, so I got GTA 4 and it was great. Then I got GTA. My brother actually got, as a Christmas present or something, he got the DLCs. So it was great. And
I
now
watched. You go on.
Chris still has my GTA for Liberty City Stories disc in his house.
I don't know
Wherever
where
that
that
went.
is. It's there
Fuck's
somewhere.
sake, Christopher.
It's not in that box though, so it'll take me like 10 years.
Yeah. I only completed one of them. I completed the motorbike gang story. I never completed the other story. So
It was really bad though, because there's no online, nor there wasn't.
There was no online,
was-
therefore it's bad. Wow, Christopher.
No, but
You're
like,
very
you had only
open-minded,
one
aren't you?
person.
what you mean?
God.
Oh yeah, well that was
It's
back before.
it's the story, man. Come on, have a little bit of
I
faith.
know, but like it was kind of just
You're not good at playing games. If
Nah, he's
if
really
what
not.
makes the game good for you is having a
I'll
million
put you-
You
characters
see
and
what
an
happened is
online.
I went from playing GTA 5 to playing fucking GTA San Andreas
You know what would be a good game for you?
and the Ballad of Gay Tony.
You know,
Yeah, that was the one.
you know what would be a good
That
game
was
for
good.
you is fucking Raw 2000 WWE 2K17.
Oh.
Fucking
I actually had
a million playable characters and an online fucking mode.
I had them.
That's
I
the
had
game for
them
you.
from like I don't know
Yeah.
so long on the Wii, and then when I got my Xbox, I started getting them on the Xbox as well. I think I have it up
Yeah.
until like WWE SmackDown.
I used to be flat out
WWE,
buying
like,
like secondhand WWEs
So was I.
from Game. Remember Game? And I
Yeah.
had like a
I
2007
never-
one that I played for years.
I never went into that store, and I really regretted it. Like the one, like because I never had an Xbox or anything. Like, and then when I did get it, it was closed. So
That's where I got my
never,
Xbox from.
Where was that though?
It was in
It was in the
new shopping center.
Yeah.
It was. I hate people still call. Even I do it too, though. It's called the new shopping center, even though it's been
Town
around for-
center. Yeah, it's called the
Yeah.
town center. Yeah.
I have a town center gift card sitting on my Xbox 360 that I got for Christmas for €30, and I'll probably never end up using it.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's just how it is.
That's
But,
that's disappointing. Here, right. I was watching this video. I think it was last night, and it's by a lad called Nakey Jakey, and he does like analysis of like games and stuff. They're really good as well. Like he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But there's this one video, and it's called Rockstar's Game Design is Outdated. And it was basically about GTA and Red Dead 2, which are their most like recent games.
They're two
And-
most recent-
Yeah, they're two most recent games. With like, and it's kind of weird to say that they're their two most recent games, and it's
Well, I
it's
mean,
between now and
technically-
2013.
Technically, they have like re-released 4K or whatever.
Yeah, and
remastered versions of different games.
remastered GTA as well. They remastered GTA
Yeah,
for every
They
console.
were- Yeah, and then they did like LA Noir and all them. They
Yeah.
remastered them.
But that's not a new game. So anyway, they were
Yeah.
saying they're new games. He gave this good analogy about a Lego box and a Lego set. So you buy a Lego set, and the instructions they tell you what to do, and it's really linear, and it feeds you what you're supposed to do, like a fucking little bitch kid, okay? And you're just there, and you're building your little Star Wars ship bit by bit, and then the outcome is cool. But like,
Yeah.
you don't feel a sense of achievement as you do when you like make it from the big Lego bucket in your house that's from all the different Lego sets just broke up into a box, and you build
Right.
something really cool. That you feel like a genius when you make something like that. You actually feel like a genius. And he was basically
It's true.
saying that there's two roads that Rockstar could have went down, and that's the Lego set and the Lego box. And pretty much what they did was they drove directly down the center between the two of them, and it's awful the way they do that to the player, because the player doesn't know what to do when they come into like a situation where they're like supposed to get excited about being able to do something by themselves.
Yeah.
And they don't really know what, like. So he gave an example of there's a girl in the game. I won't mention her name because of spoilers and stuff, but she asks Arthur Morgan to get a harmonica for her as like one of the quests. So
Right.
he went and he saw this guy who's sitting on a porch playing the harmonica. So he walks up, and you can greet everyone in the game, and you don't know what
Yeah.
what they're going to say. You don't know what Arthur's going to say because it literally just says greet. So he walks up and he greets them, and he's hoping that there's going to be an option to ask him for the harmonica. But the game is like, it doesn't give you any creative options. You don't have any like creative freedom in the game. Like you can't pick what you want to do. It kind of just leads you along, like the instructions on a
That's
Lego set. So he
yeah.
was like trying to get this harmonica off the guy, and he just couldn't do it, and it made him really fucking disappointed.
Well,
And that's kind of what Rockstar is doing, because they have an open world design with a linear storyline that brings you along this path and kind of leads you along, and they have like they give you all these different tools, but they don't give you the things to use the tools on. They give you a hammer and a nail, but they don't give you the plank of wood. As in, they give you hunting and all these different things, but you've no reason to hunt because you can just
yeah.
go like buy baked beans in a shop and all that kind of stuff. Like there's so many different, like they're trying to make a survival game and not a survival game all at the same time, and they did the same thing with GTA. It's an open world, and you can do all these different things and crazy stuff, but then they just had a really linear storyline. And if you're asked to do something, if you try to be creative, you fail the mission, pretty much.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
He also gave sorry, but just before it goes off my mind, he also gave an example of a mission he was doing where he had to attack like this base, and he was like, "Oh, hey, I'm just gonna flank around the side here and take them from the other way so that their backs are going to be turned to me when I come in." And he failed the mission because he walked away from the rest of the gang. And it's like, it's so dumb because it's just taking your video game creativity away from you when you're just trying to do something cool, and you have no sense of achievement because the game told you how to win.
That's like that reminds me, that second one anyway reminds me of something Jay was telling me about how when he was playing the game and how he tried to I don't know what he had to do to like to get into a bar or something. He had to rob, I don't know, but whatever he had to do, he had to get past this sprite or this person, and he said it was like it was because he tried to go behind them and kill them instead of going in front of them or something like that. I don't know. He said it was like they just weren't moving, you know? It was like they were frozen. They weren't even a sprite in the game. You couldn't say anything. You couldn't ask. You can agree. You can talk to everybody in the game as far as I'm concerned. But for some reason, when you turned your back to this guy, you couldn't actually talk to him because they wanted you to take him face on. You know, that's just the way they do it.
Yeah, they just there's a way they have everything is scripted, and if you don't follow the script that you can't see, like it's just kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
But sure, look, still, regardless,
it's a good game.
Yeah, it's better than most games out there. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it has. You even said it yourself. It has like one of the best storylines ever in a game. So like, can't get mad at it really. You know?
Yeah, well, ever as in like ever that I have played, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure most games with good storylines play like that because they want you to like you play like The Walking Dead or whatever, and like your storyline ending could end up being really unsatisfying. Like when I played, The Walking Dead, the Telltale one, when I played the first season, the storyline, it's regardless, the storyline ends the same for everybody, so that's whatever. The second season, there's 4 different endings, and there's I think there's 1 or 2 that are just really shit, and they're like, oh well, that nobody was happy at the end of that one, like nothing. It was like a real just like, oh, and now like I don't want to spoil it, but it's like as if to say this they're building up this giant thing, and then just nothing happens, and then you just walk away as if like nothing. Just it was unsatisfying.
Yeah, that's
But then,
kind of it's kind of what
yeah.
happened in Red Dead, but then they redeemed themselves, so it's okay.
Yeah, and then for season 3, I played season 3 of The Walking Dead, and I got the unsatisfying ending. Like I just watched those endings on YouTube, but I actually got a satisfying one for season 2. Season 3, I got an unsatisfying one, and I was like, oh, okay, and that's it. Okay, fine. And then I talked to my brother because he also plays it, and then he told me his ending because I said to him initially, I was like, I guess they're because they didn't explain what happened to whoever or whatever. I guess they're just leaving that for the next season. He goes, oh no, for the next season they're not those characters are all gone. They're out. They've because there was too many endings that they can't do another season with those characters. I'm like, oh fuck, well my ending's shit. And he's like, yeah, and he tells me his ending, and his ending was like way better than mine. You know, his was like everything, not like everything you wanted to happen, but everything that should have happened. If that makes sense, like
Yeah.
everything, there was consequences basically, and now they didn't even finish season 4 because the company shut down. So it's a whole load of shit, really. Like it can work out really bad, you know, when you try and like make it too creative. That's just all I'm saying.
Mm. Right. Well. Okay. So we're going to change the old subject here now.
Okay.
So I was thinking if we wanted to, talk a bit about like what we've been watching recently. So
Oh yeah, because you want to talk about In Line of Duty, don't you?
yeah. Right. So I've been googling here for a few minutes, and
Yeah.
so if you don't know what Line of Duty is, Line of Duty is it's a series. Well, it's for BBC Two really, but it's on Netflix at the moment. There's 4 seasons with 6 episodes in each. Anyway, so it's a police drama thriller thing, the jig. It's good, but I just was googling and I found out that like the main star, Martin Compston,
Yeah.
he's the actor. Turns out he used to be a professional footballer.
Oh.
For who?
Mm.
What?
I'm trying to find. I can't see it, but it just says he was. It just says Martin Compston is a Scottish actor, a Scottish actor and former professional footballer.
So basically, he played for Dundalk Town in the Air Tristed League while he was on the dole.
No, I think he played for Celtic.
Celtic.
Mm.
Surely they would have said who played for Celtic rather than just saying he was Scottish. I don't know. Like maybe he played for like, like a really unimportant Scottish team. Like
Glasgow United.
I
I
don't
know,
even.
I've
Yeah.
seen a thing here. Martin Compston hailed by Liverpool star Andrew Robertson as Celtic draft actor, wears number 67 during soccer raid. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Mm.
Andy Robertson.
Mm.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about how much you like this show?
All right. Well, I love the show. It's finished now for a while, and I've watched it all, and you know, what can you do? But so it has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So
That's
you know,
always good. That's always
it's
a
always
plus.
good.
You just
It
know
is.
it. Like once it has past 80, from my experience around Tomatoes, it's something that even if you don't really like that kind of stuff, you're still gonna enjoy it to some degree. And then when it's past 90, it's like everyone's gonna love it. You know, that's how
Yeah.
I read Rotten Tomatoes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But so everyone should love it if they watched it.
And
In
it
Line of
has
Duty.
an 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
Well, that's viewer ratings. So that's
Mm.
people who actually watch it, not critics. Just
And then an 8.7
know.
out of 10 on TV.com. Never heard of them, but
they're not. They're yeah, good for them. Good that they rated it. Whatever.
mm.
But yeah, no, I need
So,
to watch it. I need
yeah,
to.
it's very good. I won't spoil it for anyone now, but
Yeah,
mm,
I'll start
yeah.
watching it anyway. I mean, I just finished watching the first season of Daredevil on Netflix. I started watching Daredevil, and none of the Marvel shows on Netflix got cancelled. And as I kept watching the first season, every single Marvel show on Netflix got cancelled. It
Mm.
was like, what's the point? But it's because Disney are
The
making their own stream.
apocalypse.
Disney are making their own streaming service, and they're gonna have their own Marvel shows on it. They're not gonna have like the Marvel shows from Netflix on it, but because they're gonna have their own, they want to have like whatever, like control over their own characters rather than having it like with Netflix. And I've heard that the people who make the Marvel movies don't get along with the people who make the Marvel shows, so they probably want to just get rid of them and just take the characters and be like, okay, well now we can do whatever we want with them again. Because
Yeah.
like the Marvel shows compared to the movies are pretty well, Daredevil anyway, are just pretty fucking pretty gruesome. You know, it's a lot of blood,
Mm.
a lot of violence, a lot of like smashing a guy's head in with a car door until his head is not a head anymore. You know, that kind of compared to in the movie where it's like Spider-Man shoots a web in somebody's face. You know,
Yeah.
it's a big difference.
Big
But yeah,
contrast.
I big contrast. And I just finished watching the first season, and it was pretty good. It was actually really good. But yeah, so that's all I've been watching.
Yeah.
Steven, have you been watching anything?
No, not really. I just been playing. I guess you could say I've been watching Red Dead. That's been my series
it
for the last fucking I don't
counts.
know how long, a week, I
Yeah.
guess.
Every time
Mm.
I actually, whenever I'm playing Red Dead 1, because you know how most dads are, they like westerns because they grew up with westerns.
Yeah, my
So
granddad
whenever
loves
this-
Red Dead.
Yeah, there you go. Like every time I'm playing Red Dead 1 in my room, because I haven't got Red Dead 2 yet, so I'm playing Red Dead 1, you know, before I play Red Dead 2, just as a thing. And so my dad always comes in, he's you know, says to me like, feed the dog or whatever, and I'm like, okay. And then he looks at the television, and he goes out, and then he'll look back at the television again and go, what's that game? And I say Red Dead Redemption. Oh, and I think it's because every time he's never going to remember the name Red Dead Redemption,
Yeah.
so he
Mm.
has to ask again. If it was like, if I just said GTA, he'd just know GTA, you know, Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto,
Yeah.
you know. But Red Dead Redemption, it's just like, that's just how it is, you know.
That's
I
kind of
know,
my. I
'cause
was sorry, go on, Chris.
my dad was in Jay's house and Jay was playing Red Dead.
Oh
Uh,
God.
like you know that big shindig thing they had.
Oh yeah, yeah. My
Yeah,
What?
parents
so
weren't
Jay
at
was
that.
playing or whatever. But anyway,
What's the
and
shindig? I'm so confused.
they just had a
Leinster
few
were
people
playing-
at their house.
Oh
yeah,
right.
Leinster were playing Munster, and they had a few people over
Mm.
for the rugby,
Yeah.
and yeah.
But
I
anyway,
also,
and Jay was playing Red Dead anyway. And my dad came home and he was like, "Oh, Jay was playing this like it looked really good game on the Xbox." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, I can't remember what it was called." And I was like, "Oh, it's Red Dead Redemption." He was like, "Oh yeah, that's the one. It looked really good. Do you have it?" And I was like, "No, I don't have it."
Who said
He
that?
was like,
yeah.
"My
That's like
dad
my
said."
dad.
Oh
so."
right.
My dad sees the trailer for it. He says the same, like on television. He goes, "That looks
Mm.
good now. What's that? Is that on the oak you have up there?" Yeah, it's on the oak I have.
It's nearly always a PlayStation ad that's on telly.
Yeah,
Just
that's the annoying
sad.
thing.
Yeah.
It's because they make them look good, and then you have to explain. You know, it's easier to say when you're buying something and it's 18's game, you have to get your parents to buy for. It's that
Mm.
one you saw on the television with the Cowboys, rather than saying, it's this game where you know you're I can't think of another 18's game. You're a detective in the 40s and you're solving crimes, and your name is
Larry
you know,
Goodman.
like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we should probably, you know, delve into a few of these topics we have written down.
What I was gonna say, well, what time are we on?
I don't know because we started the call. I didn't know how long.
Yeah.
I'd say we're about.
We're currently
take.
43 minutes in. I think maybe we should take a break at 45 minutes and then return.
Well, we're not. That's 43 minutes into the call, but we're not 43 minutes into the podcast.
We are 43 minutes into the podcast.
Are we?
We are
How does-
43 minutes into the podcast.
Oh, my time is frozen on the call actually, so I don't know. I just don't know.
Mm.
Right. Well,
Okay.
I mean, we can take a break, regroup.
Yeah, we can take a break and then talk about all the topics we've written down when we come back.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So yeah, we have more topics to talk about. What I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to put up the Twitter. You can follow our Twitter. The Twitter is at TheDuckTape Podcast on Twitter, and it'll be up in the top left just after the break. So see you then. We're back. Okay, so we now have the Twitter name in the top left. So if you want to pop over there and give us a follow, that would be handy. We would be greatly appreciated. We will post there every time we're going live or we're posting a video. So you know, keep on top of things. You would like to do that. So yeah,
and you know, it's always good to follow us on Twitter because you know, it's an old saying. You follow the duct tape on Twitter, your life will be less bitter.
You won't get a tapeworm.
Oh. Wait, why? What?
Follow the duct tape, won't get a tapeworm.
But yeah, that rhymes very well, doesn't it?
It's not a rhyme. It's
Well,
a
it's
fact.
more scary, I suppose. It's, you know, nobody
Yeah.
wants tapeworm.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
If you don't follow us on Twitter, this guy here will kill your mom at 3 a.m. tonight.
You've
Adam,
been
do you
visited
know where you
by
get tapeworms from?
no,
Pigs.
really?
Yeah, if you eat pigs, you can get. Well, you can, like, but
Is that the
if it's
only
not
thing you
cooked
can get?
properly, you get tapeworms.
Is that the only thing you can get from?
No, you can get tapeworms
Yeah.
for a lot of things.
Yeah, I
Uh,
thought so. Already.
I think beef as well.
Beef.
But like, have you ever wondered
Pork.
how like the first tapeworm got into a pig?
It's just like it. Well, did you ever wonder how the first pig came to the land? The
Evolution.
same way. Yeah, evolution, baby.
But you see, what I think happened was
God made
Like, you know,
tapeworms,
like,
and the tapeworms
no,
just swam
yeah.
around.
no, but the tapeworms were there, and then all of a sudden the Big Bang happened, and all the
You're
tapeworms went
fucking
flying into the pig.
stupid.
Is that your actual theory, or is that
Yeah.
just a joke?
So the tapeworms were around before the beginning of the universe.
And,
No,
so
no,
when
I
And then
Big
as
Bang
soon as the
hap-
Big Bang happened, just pigs materialized, and the tapeworms were like, "Oh shit! Look at all those pigs."
No, like when the Big Bang happened, like all the tapeworms like went like off, like fucked into like through the pigs, and like they were mad pigs. And then the other pigs got tapeworms by eating other pigs.
So in your eyes, when the Big Bang happened, all that was in the world were pigs, and all the pigs had no choice but to eat other pigs. But little did they know that those pigs had tapeworm inside them.
Yeah.
And that's how the world started.
Well, that's how pigs now.
No, that was after the Big Bang. The tapeworms were around before the Big Bang. Then the Big Bang happened, and the tapeworms got scattered everywhere, and it just
Yeah. No,
happened
like,
that a couple of them went flying through pigs.
Yeah.
Through pig, yeah. And but what I'm saying is, so after that, right? After
Yeah.
the Big Bang happened,
And the pigs started eating
Pigs-
other pigs.
pigs were the first thing in existence.
Yeah, so
Right?
we're all
No.
evolved.
And but there was nothing else. It was just a blank white nothing with pigs, and tapeworm from the Big Bang went flying into these pigs. and
Yeah,
they
the
started
first
eating them.
cavemen were
Yeah.
pigs.
Yeah, right. And then so we evolved from pigs.
Well, I don't know, maybe.
Well, I suppose we probably share some DNA with pigs. Like we share a lot of DNA with bananas, you know, and pigs
Mhm.
eat bananas. So there's your correlation.
Yeah.
Pigs eat bananas.
Or we eat bananas.
Oh,
Pigs
pigs eat
are
don't eat
bananas.
banana. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So there you go. You're welcome. But yeah, what were we going to talk about?
Me and Christopher are heading up to Dublin on
Oh yeah.
next Wednesday to Friday. Their BT Young Scientist invention.
Yeah.
It'll be crack enough. We're staying in like this this like fucking huge mansion paid for by the school, like 3 stories and like a big like cinema in it and stuff.
And so what's the story? Like what are you going you're going up there for BT, yeah?
Yeah.
But is the BT how many days are you going for?
4 days.
And how many days is the BT thing on for?
4 days.
No, it's 3 days.
Oh, right.
It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Why are we there Saturday then?
Probably for ice skating or something.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, yeah,
Shit.
they said we're on ice skating and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what was I gonna say? So for these other 3 days, what do you have to do with the BT?
We kind of just have to
Uh,
stand around and make look pretty, I guess. Have the
And where is
judges give them a good impression. It's in the RDS.
Oh right. So 3 days in the RDS with
Yeah.
people asking you farm questions about farming, basically.
Yeah.
So anyone wondering at home, we're making a device that you attach to an electric fence, and if your fence does not have any current running through it, or if it's off or something like that, it'll send a message to your phone just to tell you that your fence isn't working. So yeah, here you go. Thought it was a great idea,
Yeah.
so we said we'd bring it to the Gaiety Theatre.
And and without exposing any other people, what are the other ideas that you're competing with? In
we
your
have
school?
no. Oh, in the school. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So purification to save the nation is one of them.
right.
They're purifying water. There's like basically there's I don't know if it's zinc or I think it's lead actually because people are getting lead poison in Zambia, so they're trying to filter the water, but it's a big disaster because it takes like 8 hours to get 10 milliliters of clean water.
Yeah, I tried to explain that to them that if this idea could work, it would have already been done. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. Like oh well, look, the African people can't drink; they don't have clean water.
Like,
Well, here's an
imagine-
idea. Why don't you filter the water? You
Imagine
fucks?
all of Ireland, right, had lead poisoning, and then
Yeah.
fucking 3 African children come up with an idea to save all of Ireland's water problem. Like, I mean,
Why did you
if
make
it
the
could have
water
been
clean?
done so easy,
That's what
they
I'm
would
saying.
have done it already.
I don't know why they went ahead with this idea, and I don't know why they decided to do BT in the first place. It's I don't know, but it's just it's grand, you know. People think on paper, you know, people who don't really look into it will think, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, you know, like that's how they've gotten this far, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then is that it? Are they the only two groups?
Well, there's another group and they're in 5th year, and oh my god, what just happened? Why is there a cat? Chris, why would you do that?
I don't know.
Chris,
Chris,
stop.
I'll fix it.
Thanks.
Yeah, go on. What are you saying?
Why do you love that cat so much?
don't
I
know.
don't understand. Oh my god. Yeah, so is that it? So what's this other group?
it's
oh,
they're doing like
fixtures.
bog stuff. I don't even know what they're doing, but they're using really long technical words. I have no idea what they're on about.
It's
And-
like fixing bogs with sphagnum or something.
Spagnum Magnum.
Yeah.
Ah, so that's it. That's your competition.
Sounds good.
Well,
it's
competition
actually-
from our school, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good mix, I suppose. You know, some are a bit
Yeah.
more save the world than others. You know, bit
That's
more.
true.
What's the word? Remaking the wheel than others. That's an expression, isn't
I
it?
get you. I understand what
yeah.
you're saying.
So
So I had to, for our research, I had to email an insurance company called FBD. And so what happened was I emailed them like just a few questions about like whether our like security system in inverted commas would be able to like lower insurance premiums for
right.
farmers. Anyway, so I emailed them and I got like, an automated response like, oh, your query would be answered within blah blah blah
Yeah.
working days, whatever. But then like I think the next day I got an email like telling me that I was after getting a message from them, but like I couldn't see it unless I like signed up for a secure email notification like thing. So I had to register my email address to this like I don't even know. Like this like website where I had to like register it to be like approved to see it. And it was
Mhm.
really weird. I was like, geez, that is like weirdly sketchy. Some reason. I don't know. And then I had to like sign in. I had to like fill out like a form or whatever. So I could see like my personal information specific to me about my insurance query. And I was just like, oh, okay. It was really weird. Like I wasn't expecting it at all.
And it's not like
I was
it
like,
was anything like secretive. It was just like
No.
an inquiry.
yeah. And I was just like, oh.
It was
And they
all
were like,
very.
oh, if you want to, if like I can answer the questions if you give me your phone number and your location, that we could get a local branch to like a local branch to ring me or whatever. So I was like,
Uh,
geez, that's an awful lot of hassle for
Yeah,
few
fiddling around
sessions.
yeah.
I suppose it's like it's all very like you're asking, you're not just asking like about insurance, if that makes sense. It's like you're asking as a company, really, about if your thing will affect whatever. So it's a bit more business inquiry rather than customer support.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's why it all happened.
So look, I was having a conversation about iPhone users.
Okay.
Oh
um
yeah,
yeah.
we talked about this briefly last night, and then we said we'll save it for the podcast because we're about
Yeah.
to rant.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like what we're doing basically is we're saving everything we're going to say to each other for the podcast, so we have as much material as possible. So yeah. I don't get iPhone people. It's like they're in this little ecosystem and they don't know it, but they're in there and they don't know how to escape.
That's what it's like. It's literally like a cult.
Yeah.
iPhone is a cult because you go in and you can't get out. Like it's like they make it like a thing where it's like, well, now you're attached to Apple everything, so you know you can't just move on to
Hey,
your
look at
new
me.
Android phone.
Hey, can I just show you this picture? Yeah, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna airdrop it to you. Oh no, man, I've got an Android. Oh, an Android? Oh man. Oh, it's so totally gay.
That's literally what it is. Like, oh, he's got gay little Android. Look at me, I've got my iPhone 5S. Oh, I'm cool. Whatever.
iPhone
Do you
5S.
do you have a charger? Yeah. But it's an Android charger. Oh, well, why do you even have a phone? You fucking gay.
And then you turn around and you're like, well, I mean, my Android charger can charge pretty much anything that needs to be charged in the house. And they're like, yeah, but it's just gay. And iPhone chargers like just break no matter what. Yeah, but still better though. It's more people have iPhones. I'm like, oh really? Okay. So how do you know that? And then like they'll just turn around and be like, hey, Bob, what phone do you have? And then he just happens to have an iPhone. And like, I've got an iPhone. See, there you go. iPhones are better because Bob has an iPhone. It's like it makes no
Literally,
sense.
yeah, that's what it is.
It makes
That's what
no
it is.
sense.
Their argument is always that everyone has one, or that they're cool. That
Yeah.
they're
I mean,
they're nice.
they're sleek.
Like,
They're simple. They're so simple to use.
yeah,
But they're just
that's
so
what it is.
limited in their ability. It's ridiculous and awfully overpriced.
Yeah, it's God, how overpriced they are is actually unbelievable. Like compared to what you're getting out of it, you know what I mean? And you compare it to an Android, but the thing is, right? At Christmas, I was people were getting iPhones, and I originally I held back, like I was like, okay, that's fine. And then people are talking to me like, this is blah blah blah, this is my iPhone. There you go, And I'm like, all right, yeah. I didn't. I was gonna, I'm saying like, oh, I was gonna get a phone, but then I got not getting one. But I have a lot of money, so now I might get one. And like, what kind of phone are you gonna get? I'm like, I say a Huawei Honor 8X, and
They're
they're
like,
like,
oh,
Huawei.
Huawei, what the
What
fuck's
the
wrong
fuck?
with you?
The fuck is that? Fucking, I had a Huawei when I was 6. Like, fucking, my fucking cat has a Huawei.
But if you look up
it's like,
Huawei's, they're the I think they're the second best brand in the world right now. They passed out Apple.
yeah, Apple are third, and
Apple are
Samsung
third.
are first.
Samsung are first.
Yeah.
Okay. I have an iPhone.
Yeah, but look,
But I'm
Christopher
not-
has
I'm
an
not a
iPhone
typical
6.
iPhone user.
It's fine.
6S.
Yeah,
I'm not
there's
one
still.
of them. I'm not one of them people.
You might as well just hold a sheet of ice in your hand. Because
That's
if you
literally
drop
what
it, you need to buy a new phone, pretty much.
I was one of my friends has he sent me a picture, and he goes, he was like, he says to me, it's like, I dropped my phone, look how badly damaged it got. And then I said to him, because he's complaining, he's like saying, look, I dropped it and now it's like this, like what the hell? It's an iPhone, obviously. And I said to him, I was like, look, this is just proof that iPhones are shit, because you've dropped that phone once and now it's stuck like that, right? Because that's what he's saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Then he sends back,
Would his name start with
suddenly,
an O by any chance?
yeah, his name does start with an O. And then
the N
suddenly,
in the N.
yeah.
Okay.
And then suddenly he's he's saying to me like out of nowhere, it's like, oh no, I've dropped my phone like 200 times in the past like day or whatever. It's like, it's not like this is the first time dropping it. Like, they're gone from having the phone to having the phone and or having the phone and complaining about it to
Which
like
Martin?
defend it as if it's like
Wait, Big Martin.
Yeah.
like
Big
they're
Martin.
I don't know. I defend it like it's a golden ball of gold. It doesn't make any sense. I can't understand it. They just go back and forward, and it's really annoying. But they have no idea. Someone. Okay, there's another person, right? And they text me. They're put up on their Yoki on Snapchat. They say my phone. What they did is, so they got their new iPhone for Christmas, iPhone XR, and
Oh God.
I already complained to them. I said that's a waste, or because they were flexing about, and I was like, that's a waste of money, and they were like, nah, and I was like, yeah, and they were like, iPhones are cool, or iPhones are the best, and all this, and I'm like, nah, and so it goes back and forward, and there's no convincing them, even though when I give them the facts, they're just like, now look at the camera, on mine, you can see all the
So
spots on my
stupid.
face, all this, and I'm like, all right, cool, so they put
Yeah.
this thing up on Yoki on Snapchat saying that they had to be up at 9 o'clock in the morning, but they left their phone dead. So what they did is they set an alarm for 3 in the morning. So they charged their phone at 12, set the alarm for 3 in the morning to wake up and unplug their phone out because they were afraid that if they left it charged on all overnight, the battery was going to damage on it and that it was going to break.
Oh my God. And it probably
And I
would.
said,
Well, I mean, no, new phones don't
Yeah.
do that anymore.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's not a thing anymore. I sent them a thing like, that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, it happened with my old phone. And I'm like, what kind of phone did you used to have? And they were like, an iPhone 5S. And I'm like, well, there
Yeah.
you go. You had
After iPhone
literally-
6, it was it like so in a battery you'll have 3 wires. You'll have temperature, and then you have plus and minus, obviously. So
Yeah.
the battery basically has a chip in it, and it just sends back temperature readings. If the temperature gets too high, it just cuts off the power.
There you go. So, point proven. But that's just annoying about iPhone users. How fucking
Some iPhone users.
So, yeah. Then there's others like okay, we all know who we're talking about here, right? But we
Yeah.
have a friend who got an iPhone 6, and then the iPhone 6 broke, so they got another iPhone 6. And that's just like, everything about that is annoying, right? Because I told them a million times before that the iPhone, it's a, iPhones are bad and you need to get out of them now, you need to get out of that
Well,
rut.
yeah, to escape basically.
And they don't even argue with me. They just say the same thing. They're just like, nah, I like iPhones, whatever. And I'm like, all right, fine. At the end of the day, these people, they don't look for whatever and whatever in a phone. They're just looking for their phone to use Snapchat and Spotify and YouTube. So
No, they're trying to do it to look cool.
yeah, and to look cool. Obviously, it's like having it's like a fashion item, really, an iPhone. And so they so their iPhone broke, and they bought their iPhone 6, and they bought another iPhone 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's so dumb.
And it's so dumb in so many levels because they bought another iPhone 6, but also why? And this was recently enough. Like, why, if you like iPhone so much, why don't you get a better iPhone? And especially because this person isn't that badly off when it comes to money,
Yeah.
So it's just, everything about it is annoying, and that's just it, that's iPhone users in a nutshell. That's just really annoying.
They just keep they're pretty much stuck there. And like thing with Android as well, you've got Google Photos for backup, and it's completely free.
Yeah.
And it's like pretty much unlimited storage, completely
Yeah.
free for photos. And photos take up so much space. It's ridiculous.
I had to show my mom for years. My mom what she did was she'd transfer all the photos onto the computer, and she had an Android. And then I was like, look, okay, you need to stop because Google Photos exists, and just All you have to do is put in your email address and you're sorted. All right, there you go.
Well, you
Your
can
photos are
upload all your pictures to Drive from an iPhone. That's what I do,
to Drive.
What drive?
like Google Drive.
Oh. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
well,
no, that's kind
Well,
of
you have to
Google
download the
Drive
app.
is a bit stupid, but you can upload them to Google Photos from an iPhone.
Yeah.
But I find that to be kind of pointless.
yeah, especially if you already have your iCloud and all that. Like, I know
iCloud
another thing
is
that's
still free.
yeah, but another annoying thing about just okay, this isn't so much about iPhone users, but it's about mothers who use phones. I don't know if your mothers are the same, but when they take 100,000 pictures on their phone and they
They
and I'm
never
like
delete one. They want every single one.
exactly.
Yeah, they
They
could
want
just take a picture of their finger by accident. They're like, oh, I'll just take it.
Well, save that
Exactly.
one. Just they take like 8 photos of the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like just take the picture 8 times just to make sure it looked good on one of them. And so they so that's the thing. Like they want to keep these photos secure. So after they've ran out of storage on their phone, they move them all onto the computer. And then before you know it, your computer is out of storage because of all the photos you have on from your phone. Because
Yeah.
you've literally have over 100,000 photos. And at what point in your life are you ever going to say to yourself, all right, I'm going to go and look back at some of these photos? You know what I mean? It doesn't happen. You know?
That's
Yeah,
true.
maybe when you're get old and you want to look at pictures, like you're going to look through, I don't know, your Facebook, like parents have Facebook, so they can look on that. They can look at,
Because that's where the good photos go. That's
yeah,
where the photos
that's what I'm saying.
It's like if you want a photo developed, instead of getting it developed, you're putting it on Facebook because
yeah,
that's where you want to keep
and
it.
and now there's these things like firstly you can go to a company and get your photos printed, but
Yeah.
also when I was on work experience in Heathens, I didn't even know these existed, or at least I didn't know they were easy to get. Where the printers that will just print photos straight from your phone out,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
with the printer.
Yeah.
Just get one of those. They're like €30. Get one of those, and that's just it. That's all you need to do. Then you have a real life storage of your photos, and you can do as you please with them after. But just
You just fill your house with photos. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I mean that. Then you'll see. Then you'll eventually see when you have them in physical form how many percent out you'll see. Okay, I do not need these many pictures.
yeah.
That's just it. Once you have like literally, you can fill up a car, like you fill up a Nissan Micra with with pictures. You'll see that okay, I've gone a bit or I've gone a bit. What's the word? I've gone a bit.
Crazy.
I've gone a bit over the top.
Loopy. Yeah.
Over the top. Yeah.
Do you know, I always hear old people and they're giving out about like young ones taking pictures of themselves, and they're like, my young one now, she's always taking pictures of herself, and where do they go? Like, just stays on her phone, doesn't go anywhere, and like obviously they're using Snapchat or something, but the old lads
Yeah.
are sitting there looking at the young ones there. They just keep taking selfies of themselves, and they're like, sure, where are they going? Like, what's the point? No point in taking it at all. They're always just sitting there taking selfies, and they're not going anywhere.
Ugh,
So I just had to cringe. I just heard it and I was like, oh.
They don't see, the thing about old people is they're all a little bit jealous, right? Because they're sitting here now and they just have to look at all of us doing all these things that would have never even been able to thought of doing. Like when somebody said back in their day, at some point we're gonna have a little thing in our house that you can just say, hey, play a song, and they'll be able to play that song. You'll say, hey Google, or hey Alexa, play that, and it will just play it. Or and that's like, nah, that's never gonna happen. That's impossible. Like now it is happening, and now they just all feel dumb because they don't know how it works at all, and so they just get really annoyed by it, and they just start complaining about it.
Like that Simpsons episode where the thing was in the wall.
Which Simpsons episode?
There's a Simpsons episode where there's like the smart home thing is in the wall. It just kind of goes crazy. It starts trying to kill everyone.
I never seen that, to be honest.
Well,
but
I recommend.
I don't like this. I don't like the Simpsons. I like the old episodes, but I don't like the Simpsons now.
No, like, it is. It's a really old episode. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's.
Yeah. Now they kind of ran out of ideas. But
I mean, after how many 20 fucking 8 seasons or something like that, 30.
Yeah. They're probably in or around 30. I don't really know. I never even found them all that funny in the first place. They're only ever kind of funny. Like compared to Family Guy or
Like
South Park.
they're not funny. Like I've never found one episode of something funny.
I've never just
It's
sat there and laughed. I never
it's
just went,
good to watch.
I'm
It's
like,
just a good
I
watch.
yeah, that's what it is. It's like, all right, well, that was a good, yeah, good.
Yeah.
And then it's just, yeah. um, but yeah, I was something there I was gonna say. No, I can't remember. I was saying I just can't remember what I was gonna say.
Like it's not. I'm not saying it's bad. Like it's good, but it's just not. It's not. I don't think it's supposed to be funny.
It is supposed.
It is supposed to be funny.
Is it?
It's supposed to be
God.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying. It's trying to be like Family Guy and South Park and all them, but it's just not the same.
Ugh. South Park and Family Guy though, they're proper. Like you laugh out loud at them, you know.
Yeah.
That's the
You
thing.
go, ha ha!
Oh.
So yeah, but sure, look, that's just it, really. You know, that's just
Yeah.
technology in a nutshell. That's
That is just
old people
technology in a
with
nutshell. They don't understand, like, you know. They
They
don't
don't
get
have
it.
any idea.
You got to show them how to do everything. But look, speaking of technology,
I have a good technology question too.
well, fire away, Christopher, because I can keep this in the back burner.
So I was looking at this on Dundee. It's a budget gaming PC.
Oh,
Oh,
But it's not any old budget gaming PC. It's a Fortnite budget gaming PC. So does that mean that it's basically just ass and I can just run Fortnite?
pretty much. I mean,
yeah.
you could buy a laptop for like €500 and it would run
And it's
Fortnite.
219 euro.
Yeah.
On
That was
this
ass.
PC, you can play Fortnite, GTA 5, CSGO, and more. exclamation mark.
CSGO, are you fucking? Are you?
Budget gaming
Jesus
PC for
Christ!
sale,
Get
exclamation
cultured,
mark.
bitch.
Grab it until it's gone. 8 gigabytes of
Um,
RAM.
So, are we going to crack Christopher on CSGO?
Chris,
What?
do you know what that is? Do you know what CSGO
I do. It's like
is?
it's basically what like CSGO. What?
Go on.
Go on.
Like it's not like what like Fortnite copy basically. CSGO. I watched videos on it.
Oh no!
Did you not watch the? Sure, you.
Christopher, first of all,
Okay.
that was
Like-
PUBG. That was PUBG.
Yeah, but it's not
Alright.
kind of the same. Like well,
No,
not the
no,
same.
no. Just because it's a first-person shooter doesn't make it the same as PUBG.
I didn't say it was the same, but I said like it's like, you know.
It's what?
You said it was CSGO. That's
Yeah,
Like
that's your
first-person
first
shooter.
mistake.
a first
Calling it
person-
Yeah.
CSGO is your first mistake because it's
I mean, then-
CS:GO.
Counter-Strike.
No, it's just say CS:GO.
Oh, fine then. CSGO. Anyway, there you go.
You uncultured swine.
Fine. Anyway. Oh, okay.
Anyway,
CS:GO is
Anyway.
like it's probably the most competitive first person shooter, and it's like ancient. It's such an old game, but it still
Yeah.
holds up. It's like that one that they trade all the skins for like knives and guns
Yeah.
and stuff.
that actually.
And there's a lot of
that's
money
good-
involved in it. There's like a lot of money involved in it.
There's a
Hmm.
good transition into one of the things I have to talk about, but I think Steven was going to say something first.
I
Let's see.
was, yeah. So
Yeah.
I have this particular cousin, and we were watching a movie.
Oh,
And
yes.
she does this every time. She's younger than me, right? She's in like second year, I think,
Right.
or first year, something like that.
And
So-
give the foreign viewers age bracket. Steve.
Yeah.
Like 12,
Second
13.
year.
13. I
That's like
think.
13, 14. Yeah.
Well, she's 13 anyway.
Okay.
But she's 2 years younger than me. So I don't even remember she's in second year, yeah. So she's in second year, right? And so she has an older brother and a younger brother, and there's me there. So there's 5 of us. There was actually more. There was 6. There's 6 of us all sitting there because there was 4 kids and there was 2 adults. Okay,
Right.
so we're all sitting there, right? and there was this movie. I don't even remember what the movie was, but I just remember this particular point. Someone said something in the movie, and no, everyone kind of smiled and laughed at her or whatever, and she just bursts out laughing and repeats word for word exactly what happened in the
Oh,
movie. And I just looked at her like,
no.
"Did you just repeat? We all heard it. You didn't have to say it again." And throughout the movie, every single time something funny would happen, she'd have to repeat it back to everyone just in case somebody missed it. Even though we all heard it, it's just it grinds my gears. And there's a few people
I
that do
hate.
that.
Yeah.
There's a particular person
Yeah.
that does that as well.
Friend of
But
friend of
anyway.
the podcast.
Yeah, friend of the podcast.
And who would that be now? I wonder.
Who knows?
he look, he does that, and he also breathes really loudly, and it
And
just
it-
recently enough now, and it's I can't what I'm never gonna side in the cinema ever because like honestly, no, I'm not sitting
Would it
beside
be?
him. if he
Would it
breathes.
be? Let me type here.
What are you doing? What you mean typing?
He's typing. He's gonna type it into the Yoki,
The what?
into the
Chat.
voice.
Jeez. Would it be right now in saying that?
Let me see. Yep, you would be correct in saying that.
Okay.
He does that, and it's really, really annoying. And I
Yeah.
hate people who do that. I just okay. I was there. I was literally right beside you. Yeah. You've just ruined the joke, basically.
Mm.
You
Hmm.
know. Okay, but anyway.
Yeah,
look,
so
that's
basically
each-
the verdict is that I hate people who just repeat everything that happens in a movie that they find funny. Like we heard it the first time, you don't have to tell me it again.
Yeah.
and just
And
let
like
us enjoy
they'll
the movie.
they'll
I just
put on
don't
the
like-
voice. Like imagine the Grinch did something and they just put on the Grinch's voice and said exactly what he said. I'm like, oh, shut up! You've done this like
I
8
hate-
times. Stop talking.
If-
Let me enjoy the movie.
If I want to watch it, if it's a movie I want to watch, and if somebody talks during it, I get really annoyed, because like I want to watch this movie.
Well,
I
talking I don't
if
mind.
it-
Like if they just say something, like make a joke or something, I don't mind that. But if they're there just fucking repeating what they're saying, oh man,
Nah,
I'm just gonna.
I don't even like it. Like when I'm in the cinema and somebody starts whispering jokes, once in a while it's funny, But if they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it, like every two, and then they're not even that funny, and you're like, shh,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Danny done that for me when we were watching
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but it was Danny who does it.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Yeah.
say it either. Christopher, you need to have
Yeah,
some
well-
privacy. You keep fucking up the
I'm
privacy.
sorry. I didn't think we were referring to him. I actually didn't know. So I just
It's not always
Oh,
like
well.
there's other people who do it too, but
Oh yeah, but
he does do it. He does do it. There's people who are worse at him than doing it.
oh
But
yeah.
then there's like,
there is.
if you're watching like I've only went to the cinema with Stephen once, and he was funny during it. But you can't whisper. You can't whisper. You just said it
That's so
fully out
true.
loud. You were just like you're just making sure, and I see people looking. And,
Stephen's
and there's-
Ha! That was a good one.
No, but in public places, I'll be like screaming, like talking. and
Yeah,
I won't
like,
even
we
realize.
when we watched First Man, and remember the explosion happened in Apollo 8 or whatever,
Yeah.
and so the little bit of smoke came out the door, and it's all quiet, and it's just a bit of smoke coming out, and then Steven just goes, "Somebody lit a fag." And I seen some people who were in front of us, some looking really pissed off, and some trying to hold in the laughs because everyone could hear because he just said it out loud.
Like it was so quiet. Like when like an explosion happens in the movie, they put like a ringing sound in your ear.
Yeah,
It was like that, and I just went, "Oh, smoking fags in there, lads."
but this one didn't even have a ringing sound. This one was
Oh,
just
sure.
silent.
Oh, I
Sure, lads,
thought, all right.
remember-
I thought there was a
Remember
ringing
when
sound.
we were watching McCall in the cinema? Was it fucking Rocky? Or not Rocky?
Creed
Creed 2.
Creed 2.
Yeah. remember your man behind us, and it was like the quietest
Oh.
part of the movie. And then it
I
was
got
just
so
so
annoyed.
good.
I
You
got
got
so
so pissed.
annoyed.
I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
I
I
you
couldn't
don't
hold
understand.
in.
I was already so pissed off because Jay was breathing and I couldn't concentrate on the movie, and because we were so close to the front.
Yeah.
And if if we had just gone earlier, we would have gotten closer to the back. and it was like
Yeah.
everyone was being annoying. It wasn't like when you go to a Marvel movie, the people there respect the movie, right? Everyone wants to see this movie, so everyone is here and everyone's watching it, especially
Yeah.
on like opening day or whatever. That's when I usually go to them. But when you go to a Creed movie, 2 days, or was it? What day did we go see it? I don't
I think it
know.
was
But look,
2
like
days. I think it was
think
out the day before.
yeah, it was the day after, and it's like it's not a huge movie. So, there you've got people who can just go in, who just walk in and just say, "Give me a ticket to Creed." They get in, So, you've got people on your phones, people just talking away. Somebody literally answered a phone call. Somebody who was sitting beside me because I was at the end literally answered a phone call. They walked out with the phone call, but answered and started talking in their seat, which just really annoyed me. And everyone leaves such a mess behind. Like when you go watch a Marvel movie or whatever, everyone just clean or brings their stuff out to the bin. But in this, like there was like a little miniature anthill of popcorn beside my seat, and I couldn't get across it without stepping on it all. And it's just really annoying. And I hated that lad at fart. I literally wanted to get out of my seat and fucking smash his face in. It was so annoying.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was so perfectly timed though. Like, it must have been the quietest part of the movie.
Do you remember in First
It
Man
literally-
where like basically the speakers turned off when they came up over the horizon of the moon?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
and it just was quiet for like a solid 10 seconds. That was mad. I wanted
Yeah.
to say something there, but I didn't.
Was it supposed to happen? Like, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it
Oh.
was like that's part of the movie. Like there's a that will work in a movie if you're enticed into it,
Yeah, but
Like,
it
if
was
you're-
it was all like do 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 do. It obviously wasn't making that sound, but the sound was
Yeah.
like getting really loud, and it just went, and it just stopped.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
It was good.
but
It was good.
mad.
It was good.
like,
It was a good movie.
You should just went like, I can smell you.
That's the Morgan Freeman thing. Where your
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
who's like, hey, do an impression of Morgan Freeman looking for us. I can smell you. So,
Oh, love myself a bit more.
what were you going to say earlier on, Adam? We were talking about something. You were like, oh yeah, I have something to say.
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Something
So
about
you know what you were
technology
saying
or
about
computer or something.
CSGO and
CSGO,
CSGO,
computer generated imagery go.
Imagery does start with an S.
Oh, I thought you said CGI.
No. Okay, so you know what you were talking about CS:GO.
I
and
do.
we
I
were
remember
talking-
that.
Yeah, and Stephen brought up the gambling sites, right, on CS:GO where you can gamble for skins.
Yeah,
You know those sites.
yeah.
So
You know what? CS:GO videos are actually really like entertaining.
you watched the Ainsley one, didn't you?
I did, but you know when you get into like the YouTube like wormhole where you like go
Yeah,
like
yeah.
watching a load of like random videos.
Yeah,
But I started watching this lad, and he was actually like really entertaining. So
on CS:GO.
yeah,
There you go.
don't ask him about his name because I forget. But you know,
Well, yeah. So CS:GO, they have those sites, right, where you gamble for skins or whatever, and so there's this site that you know how those sites look, right? You know how they work.
Yeah,
how
it's
you open
basically
up-
like a fucking poker site.
Yeah, you open a box, and there's a chance it might have something in it. There's a chance it might not have that thing in it, or whatever. So there's this new site that came out, right? And it was like that kind of a style site, except they weren't doing CS:GO stuff. They were doing actual physical, like things. Like they were doing like Supreme, socks, like
I've seen
golden
that. I think
chains, like even they had. This shows how obviously fake the
seen
site
that.
was.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I
they
seen
had
something like that.
they had actual cars on the site.
Yeah.
They had like literal Lamborghinis on the site that you could potentially have in your boxes. And the site was called
What the
Mystery
fuck?
Box. And so so basically the reason everyone is talking about it now is because Rice Gum and Jake Paul both did like sponsored. They got promo videos for Mystery Box where they they open things. They're like, oh my god, I just got an iPhone, oh my god, I just got this golden chain thingy. Oh my god, I just got a car. You know, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And they were like, well, none of them got a car, but you know what I mean. So they got these things. They're promoting it and they're getting in trouble. And well, Jake Paul, I'm not sure if he's responded or not, but Rice Gum could not get his head around
Oh, is that what the
why he got in trouble.
controversy was? Or
Yeah, yeah.
Controversy.
Actually, Jake Paul, as far as I'm concerned, Jake Paul's responses consisted of H3 made a video, you know, complaining about it,
Mhm.
and Jake Paul tweeted him and he said, "Love the video, man." And then H3 said, "You love a video of you getting exposed for showing gambling or promoting gambling to children?" He goes, "Yeah, love it." So that's all he's basically said about it.
Yeah,
And
that's a
Rice
real
Gum,
Logan Paul thing to say though. Like, just try to brush it off by saying he loves it.
Jake Paul.
Oh, right. Okay, Jake Paul. Yeah,
Yeah.
the two of them would
And
do it anyway.
yeah, yeah. And so Rice Gum made a response video and he was saying like he can't get his head around why he's getting in trouble for this. He's like, okay, he what he says is he starts going on about these other YouTubers who made videos promoting the site from like 3 or 4 weeks ago. You know the guy Reaction Time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heard of him. I haven't
yeah.
watched him. But
I don't watch him either, and I don't know what his fan base is. Like, I don't know if his fan base is children, like Rice Gum and Jake Paul's would
yeah,
be. But you know, so he promoted it, and he was saying, "Oh, how did this guy not get in trouble?" He showed a couple of YouTubers who I didn't know. Then he also showed some of David Dobrik's, like guys who collaborate with David Dobrik, some
yeah,
his squad, you could say, you know, promoting it. And I watched David Dobrik, so I know that David Dobrik's fans, they're not kids. David Dobrik's fans are between like our age and like young adults, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
And the YouTubers, Keemstar said he got offered $100,000 to make just like the one video for this, you know, for this company.
Jesus
So
Christ.
when you get offered $100,000 and you know you're like, okay, this is obviously fake, you're saying to yourself, is it the worst thing in the world if I make a promotional video for this and I put it out to my fans? Because they're gonna know not to go on the site, yeah. Like you know, so it's different for older YouTubers. Obviously, it's still not a good thing that they did it, you know. But like, it's not as bad as making it for your, you know, you see the videos of Jake Paul concerts. There's like 6-year-olds, you know,
Mm,
who are at those
yeah.
like, and they're gonna, you know, the rich
And they bring like
ones,
their
'cause-
moms and dads along and
yeah,
everything.
they're gonna say, okay, mom and dad, you can stop buying me V-Bucks because I want you to buy me a bunch of mystery boxes off the site. You know, that's just how it is, and they're gonna spend a bunch of money. And so a YouTuber made, so obviously with Rice Gum and Jake Paul's and all the YouTubers videos, it was as if that, you know, you'd win every time, you'd win an iPhone, every time you'd win Gucci flip flops, you know, whatever. And so somebody did an actual own opening and uploaded it to YouTube, and it was uh you'd win is like a digital stopwatch.
Oh no,
And
Adam,
like
you're very
a
very laggy there.
keychain, you know. What did you? Where did I?
Something about a stopwatch and you kind of broke up there.
All right. I think I don't know.
Anyway, so you
I
win
said
like a stopwatch or something like that, or a
you
keychain.
would, yeah, you'd win like a digital watch or like a keychain or like a fridge magnet or something. And I'm not sure if I was breaking up there or if because my voice, because my voice got a bit croaky. I don't know.
No, you
But
were
look,
definitely breaking up.
I or so Rice Gum responded. He was like, "I can't understand why I'm getting in trouble for this. All these other YouTubers made it, so fuck you." But I mean, you know, he can't do that. He's promoting gambling to kids, you know, and
yeah,
so everyone is attacking them right now, and rightly so. And really, you know, they should come out and say something like, or at least Jake Paul definitely, because his fans are so delusional. It's not even holy. So he should definitely come out
Because
and
they
say something
idolize
like,
him like he's God. They just
yeah.
want whatever he has. Jake Paul has this, therefore I have to have it as well.
So that, you know, he should come out and say, okay, look, this site, it's not. There's no actual proof to say this is definitely a scam, but people have also said that they have gotten something off the site and they've asked for it to be delivered, and it's supposed to be a 2-day delivery, and it's been like 3 months or whatever, and they still haven't got their, or 2 months, or I think it was actually, but they still haven't got their thing, and it could be something as
Their
small as like,
Lamborghini.
but they wouldn't have won anything big, because if you look at the odds, because it doesn't show you the odds on the site, you can make your own custom box, and so you can look at the odds on your custom box. So somebody put in all the big things and then put up the odds, and it's like a 0.01% chance of winning, the Lamborghini or whatever, or even it might have just been 0.1, I think, which is kind of high, for a Lamborghini off mystery
Yeah,
box, like
yeah.
0.1% chance. So
But like going
yeah.
back to like you're saying like Jake Paul or all them should
Yeah.
like go back and say like don't do it or whatever. It's probably a
Yeah.
scam.
Yeah.
But like you have to think that like they could have signed a contract with these crowd for getting their $100,000 that they're not allowed, or that they'll
Yeah.
be sued or
But
something. So
like,
he could be
as
caught. He could be caught in a contract that he didn't really know what was going to happen, and then fucked over.
But
I
you
think
have
he
to
would have
look at
said that though.
yeah,
is
you
he
have to look
allowed
at
to say it?
no, but this is the thing, right? Jake Paul is currently, I'm not sure how often he's uploading, but last time I checked, because the last thing I heard from Jake Paul was, okay, I watched the Shane Dawson documentary and he wasn't uploading then, right?
Hmm.
And then him and Erica Costello broke up. I don't know if he started.
Oh god, Adam, your internet has gone to the dogs.
Uploaded since.
Adam.
But this
I don't know
is
what's going on with
like
him right now.
his first, is it?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna fill in here what he was saying. Jake Paul, he's uploading like, I think it's kind of regularly. He has like about 3 videos every week. He uploads like
Yeah.
every 2 or 3 days. So it's pretty consistent. Yeah, but like what you were saying about the contract, I suppose he could have in the contract like, you're not really supposed to say anything about this, but he wouldn't be saying that he did wrong. You just burped.
Yeah.
You just burp.
I burped.
Oh,
No,
I burped, right.
No, but like
No, okay.
there's a
can
reason why
he-
he's not coming out. Like he's not that stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but he's not struggling for money, right? He's
But he
not
obviously
gonna.
didn't do what like he obviously wanted the money.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Or maybe he is struggling for money.
Even
So
if
we
you
don't
are
know.
rich, even if you are rich and you get if you get offered $100,000, you still want to take that $100,000. I get that, but it's not like that. It's going to be a life-changing money or endorsement or whatever the word is. I don't know.
Yeah.
A life-changing payout of like, oh, I've been given $100,000 for this. This is really going to help me and whatever. It's like $100,000. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, I just don't. I think he should man up and just say, hey, okay, sorry, don't actually use this site. It's a load of shite.
But he's
That's
probably
all.
not allowed.
But sure, if he doesn't get the $100,000, or if they want to take that back, then I think he should say fine.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that he probably signed. No, I'm just like sure. I obviously don't know, but like he could have signed a contract and like signed like a way that he's right to say anything further about the app or whatever it is, the website. Because like if they went against maybe what was in the contract, sure, they could sue him like for everything.
They couldn't sue him for like us.
I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just a thing to think about.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, look, okay. Can you hear me now? Am I
I
clear enough now?
You are.
Speaking of Jake Paul, all right, Logan Paul, okay. So why him and KSI, their rematch was supposed to be in February, right?
Yeah. Did you watch that video on it?
Yeah. So I seen it on Drama Alert. It's January and there's nothing about a rematch at all.
There is. You didn't watch. There's a new video, Adam.
So what's the new video? All I know is that KSI says it's going to be pushed back to November.
Yeah, to like November. Yeah. So it was like there was something going on about like the venue and everything.
So basically, they wanted to have it West Coast or something.
Yeah, and it was something about time zones.
Yeah,
they didn't think
makes
was
more
it didn't
if
make any sense. And
KSI isn't going to get his viewers unless it's
yeah, but it's
he's
not even
playing
that
New
he's giving
York.
out about. It's that they left everything to Jake's team or Logan's team or
Logan's
whatever, the
team.
Paul's team, because they done everything for the England one. So for the US one,
Yeah,
they have to sort out the licensing and they have to sort out like the health and safety, like like
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
hosting a boxing event is different in different states, I think, or
yeah.
something like that.
So it's
But
not
they've
like
done
you just
nothing
say,
apparently.
yeah.
So
And sure, you need to set a date. You know what I mean? Like you can't just for a
yeah,
boxing fight, you can't just say, "Oh yeah, okay, well now we'll do it in a month." You know,
Mm.
there needs to be like a, a, a fixed date so they can work on getting a camp together and like everything. And they can't do any of that right now because they have no idea what's going on. But Logan said on TMZ, he said that it was KSI's fault, but he didn't really give any reason to why. He just said, "Oh, KSI hasn't said anything, so we
sure,
can't do
that's to
anything."
be expected, really. Sure, no one's
Yeah,
gonna like take no who's gonna take a blame for it.
I
They're
suppose.
obviously
But
gonna like deflect it on each other.
yeah,
It's
but
mad
yeah.
stuff. All the boxing, like it's mad, like that they're all into it. They're all doing it. You know?
It's well, the Pauls wanted to do MMA, and so I'm glad they didn't end up doing that because this boxing has actually given a reasonable amount of promotion to actual boxing, which the boxing promoters can't really appreciate, or boxers themselves. Like after KSI v Logan, right? It was held on the same night as some kind of world championship fight. I don't even know who was fighting, but them boxers were tweeting out saying like, "Oh, everyone was watching these two idiots, try and you can't fight hit each other rather than watching a world championship or a world title fight.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous."
Mm.
Like Eddie Hearn, Eddie Hearn? Do you know who he is?
yeah,
He's Anthony Joshua's promoter, and
yeah.
he like tweeted out saying like, I'm not even sure it was a tweet. I think it was an interview where he said, like, yeah, I'll take my hat off to them. It was very good thinking from
It was great
promoting,
business. Yeah, it was great
Yeah.
business opportunity.
but he said that neither of them would survive in professional boxing, and
And
that
KSI
it
wants to go
wasn't,
professional.
no, I have to agree with Eddie Hearn to some degree. Like, I'm not sure what weight. I actually don't know what weight they both came in as. Like, were they light heavyweight or middleweight or something like that? I don't know. But like,
Logan Paul definitely wasn't middleweight. He was heavy.
if maybe
But
they
they
were
but
light
they
heavyweight
weren't
then.
like
Heavy. He
going by
definitely
weight at
wasn't. No, he
all.
wasn't heavy. He wasn't heavy.
He wasn't. Yeah, he definitely wasn't
He
heavyweight.
definitely wasn't
he def-
heavyweight.
he
You
def-
have to
No,
be
I
like,
didn't say heavyweight. I said he was heavy. Like he weighed a good bit.
he looks.
Like,
Yeah, he looks heavier than like. I suppose he's tall enough, and he looks heavier than maybe the likes of Rocky Fielding or people like if you compare people to his like in super middleweight. So maybe
Yeah.
they're light heavyweight. I don't know, but like they're if you're a light heavyweight or a middleweight, you can't just go out swinging like KSI does, like
Yeah.
with these wild swings. They're not all bums up there. Like if you're fighting a heavyweight, there's only like a handful of heavyweights that you'll actually need to competitively fight. Other ones you can just do what KSI does. But I mean, Eddie Hearn is right. He wouldn't survive, or at least he wouldn't get too far in professional boxing at his skill set at the moment. And that's with when was Joe Weller v KSI? When did they announce that? Like that's between then and now. That's how much boxing he's done. So, I don't know if he can improve that much at his age. What age is he? Like 24? You're talking another. I don't know. I just don't think. I think Eddie Hearn's right with that. But still, it's done good for boxing, and so I don't really think he has to complain about it. I don't think any of them have to complain about it. They need to have their business heads on, and say, okay, this is making our sport look attractive.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's great. It's great promotion for them. But yeah,
I think we'll have to
probably wrap it up there. Yeah. So we're there past an hour and a half now. So that was great. Great session.
We
covered a
Pretty
lot.
much covered everything.
Yeah, we covered everything we need to talk about. So, as I said, our Twitter is in the top left. This is going on SoundCloud and YouTube. The Duct Tape podcast everywhere, pretty much. Or if not, some variation of it. Duct Tape podcast or Duct Tape podcast. You should find us on those platforms. And 6:30 next Friday again. Hopefully, we'll have the next one out.
Yep. So
And,
I'm gonna leave you all with a Donald Duck quote, since it is the duct tape. So happiness is the richest thing we will ever own. Now,
now.
That's one for you.
have a good
Right.
weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.